Hello, this is Art Johnson, and welcome to another episode of Taking Climate Action. And a lot of people really were saying, what's this guy doing? This guy with all these wrinkles on his face, and why is he so full of energy and life? I want to just go, I'm going to get you to know me a little bit more. So hopefully you'll like some of the things I'm talking about, trust in them. And this will actually free you up, whatever age you might be, to deal with climate change as a innovative climate action opportunity. That's what I'm about. And I'm going to share with you, take a little bit of a lead, a little bit of courage here to talk about what's driving me and why I know that this is going to work both for me and for you and for the planet. So, when I started my business way back in 1997, I was turning 50 years old. And, you go through those changes like, oh, man, the old gray mare ain't what she used to be and all that. And then a dear friend of mine at KCTS Public Television, where I work, gave me a little pamphlet by Ernest Holmes. And I didn't know who this Ernest Holmes was, called Your Invisible Power. And that made me go deeper. I put this little pamphlet in my dresser next to my bed. And it wasn't until a few years ago that I really dove deeply into this Ernest Holmes guy and said, let me learn more about what this thing was saying, because it said that don't worry about anything. You're a member of God and company. And this is not exclusive to you. Everybody's a member of it, though they just don't realize it. And so since then, I've been going into different, diving into different readings and finding communities of people that have been following Dr. Holmes. And one of the things that I have gotten is he wrote this big volume called The Science of Mind. And it's pretty neat. I think it did way back in like in the 1920s, 1924, somewhere around that. So he's a New Thought guy. And he also has a book that's been republished with all of his really good affirmative prayers called 365 Science of Mind. And I'm going to go ahead and go to my screen share. And I have Google Keep, which is a really nice way of keeping great things that you really like, that you want to get back to. So I've actually created an inspiration tab so I can go back into some of the things that have inspired me. And the one that really was really neat, as I was turning 77 on the 23rd, on February the 11th. So this 365 Science of Mind, it goes by a date. So you can go into the date of that and then get an affirmation. So I'm going to go ahead and share this affirmation with me. That really made me get creative. And I actually have a creativity background. I'm going to share that with you just to show you, just for fun, what I've got here, because it's really neat. So you see all these creative ideas going on in my head. This is really neat. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to my nature one now with my waterfall. So, we can get some peace and talk about the creativity. I also have a background that's like my large office suite, or there's a cafe, or I can take myself to a tropical beach and watch the palms blow, or I can go to the north and watch the aurora borealis, the northern lights. So I'm going to go ahead and this is some of the possibilities. I'm going to dive deeper in later on to this into my whole metaverse environment, where I actually am my avatar self. And I might be one of the oldest persons on this network, but I have a kind of an eternal idea of life that keeps me going and really turns me on. So let me go ahead and share this with you. So this is my Google Keep, and that's me with my virtual background. And I'm going to read this to you. And it's really neat. I'm not particularly, student of the Bible, but he does start each one of this with some reference that really makes sense. So I'm going to read this, and it says, I am a creative center by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Let your consciousness rise above the sense of separation from the power of God, and in a few moments, you will feel as though you were sitting in the midst of an infinite sea of unobstructed life. The place in mind where you are now is the source of all action, the center of all creativity. It is also the innermost part of your own being. Just as a plant turns to the sun, your thoughts turn to the power and draw it down from your being, causing it, notice the capital I, to manifest through your word. In this act, you are not losing your identity. You are more intensely self-conscious than ever before, but you are conscious in a larger, less obstructed manner. Whatever you decree, state, or affirm from this altitude of thought will produce definite results. The law of life exists in all of us at all times, and we are using it whether or not we are conscious of the fact. If we wish to make a specific use of the law of life, then we must use it specifically. I'm using it specifically for climate action, to take climate action, to deal with our challenging climate change. I now climb a ladder of thought that takes me above all confusion, climbing joyously. I pass through the clouds of fear and doubt. I behold light everywhere. I sense the enveloping presence of love everywhere. The good that I desire, I now affirm and accept, knowing that my definite intentions produce definite results. So I'm going to stop my share here. There's more to this. A concrete example of this, the very same day that I read this this affirmation, I was coming out of the grocery store, and saw a beautiful display of these primroses on sale. And I was really taken back by how beautiful they were. And so I took them to my home and repotted them, and just kind of meditated on what I was seeing. I was recognizing a power greater than I was that not only created this beauty that I am so enjoying, but it also created everything around me. So I was taken into a very, very, very high place that really speaks to the very laws of life and the very laws of creation, which I appear to be learning and how to use them. Not that I understand quite everything about them, but what I'm kind of learning more about what it is, how it works, and how I can use it in a timely way. So I want to just kind of dwell on that. It's the first in this, going back to Ernest Holmes. He has a technique that is at the very center of all that he writes about, called spiritual mind treatment. And I've been treating myself to and with this idea. And there are 5 steps. And the first step that this is about, in terms of kind of being out there and witnessing the beauty in nature, a beauty that was created by a power greater than I am, but also I am of it as well, is called recognition. And I'm going to stop about that. I just want you to take time, walk outside, or think about yourself and all the millions and millions of cells that are working together, and the very breath that you breathe. You're being breathed by this, and we're all being breathed by this amazing something out there, this power that is also, it's on the one hand, it's transcendent, but it's also imminent, is at the very center of our being and is everywhere present. So I'll leave you with that, just to think about that. And stay tuned to subscribe to my channel and click on my notification bell and for more good things to come. And you can see me and hear me and talk to me anytime you want. Just give me a call at 206-920-8067. Email me at support@newworldcom.com. Visit my website. And really, let's talk, let's connect. Let me learn about you, what's on your mind and in your heart, and how we can work together in a timely way to take effective climate action. So here we go. Thank you so much.